This Saturday, for the first time, the gates opened on the AlpenFury, the longest, fastest, tallest launch roller coaster in all of North America. But before the screams and the heaving into garbage cans, there was sweat and perhaps even a few tears as thrill seekers descended in droves on the Canada's Wonderland amusement park just north of Toronto. And among them was Jordan Randall, a roller coaster superfan who's been documenting the progress of the ride's construction for months now on his YouTube channel. We reached Jordan Randall in Bentley Lake, Ontario.
Jordan, obviously you love roller coasters. You get excited to ride roller coasters, but knowing that you would be able to sit on it and ride it, for you personally as a roller coaster fan, what was that like?
Oh, I mean, it was surreal. This is, one of the most highly anticipated coaster openings around the world for this year. This is, it's a record-breaking coaster, 9 inversions. For anyone that's a roller coaster enthusiast or like adrenaline junkie, it's a big deal. I think the best word to describe it is relentless. It is nonstop thrills from the moment it leaves the station to the moment it comes back into the station. It's a launch coaster, so it doesn't, climb up in ascension and then drop you down using momentum. It actually has mechanisms that fires it off, like launches you out of the station into Wonder Mountain, where they have pyrotechnics and a secondary launch that shoots you vertically into the air for this massive drop. And after that, it is just loop after loop, barrel roll after barrel roll. It's hard to really make sense of it when it's happening because it's so wild.
Because your brain is being shaken relentlessly in your head.
Exactly, yeah. But it is a sensation like no other. I ended up, there was a long line for it. I ended up kind of making friends with the guy behind me in the line. And when the ride was over, we both actually shared a hug with each other because it was just such an amazing experience. And I think that also, in part, was due to the fact that we had to wait a very long time to get on the ride itself.
Let's talk about, though, that long line, because there were some reports of technical difficulties as well, and the long line. How long did you wait?
So from the park entrance at the parking lot to me getting on the ride, it took 4.5 hours. So it was a pretty long time, but other people did wait longer. I did hear about people waiting up to 7 hours to get on the ride.
What?
Yeah. So it was a bit of a mess. I mean, it's opening day. It was kind of to be expected that there'd be a bit of chaos with, all this hype around and the ride opening.
Forget AlpenFury. In that kind of heat that we were having in the GTA, I'm sure a lot of people were furious.
It was more fury than Alpen, for sure, yeah.
And how long is the ride?
So the ride is from start to finish about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Was it worth it? I'm going to ask you that.
Yeah. It seems a little wild to say, but it was worth every minute. Now, I can't speak for everybody. I know that there was a lot of people in the line that were getting pretty exhausted and pretty burned out with that scorching heat. There's not a lot of shade. Actually, really, there was no shade at all in the line. Just 2 oscillating fans with misters, with mist machines on them. And, it really wasn't helping that the ride broke down for like an hour in the middle of that. So a lot of people bailed on the line because they just couldn't take it any longer. But at the same time, it was kind of funny because a lot of the people that stuck around, they almost kind of experienced like a trauma bond with each other because like it kind of felt like being like a rotisserie chicken, because like the line was a zigzag.
Sounds like a barrel of laughs there, Jordan. I like roller coasters, but that does not sound fun. What was the technical issue? And were you in line when that was happening, or had you already?
Yeah, I was in line, unfortunately. Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like everyone kind of, had this fear, like, is it going to even get back up running? How long is this delay going to be? How long are we willing to wait for it to come back? Of course, I don't know exactly like what went wrong with those technical issues, but at the same time, whenever a roller coaster gets stopped for technical issues, it's kind of a double-edged sword in a sense that, it's not great for the people that are waiting for the ride, but at the same time, it means that the security protocols are in place and they are making it as safe as possible, which is also comforting. And also following the construction of the ride for 2 months, I was able to see, how many tests they had to do. They had to do about 2,000 tests without any actual riders, like human riders, in the roller coaster trains. They used crash test dummies. And so there was a lot of testing done beforehand. So I did feel safe and secure.
I think I know the answer to this question. Are you gonna hop on the AlpenFury again?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm out of town right now, but I get back tomorrow night. So Wednesday morning, first thing, I'm going to be on AlpenFury.
Just a cup of coffee and a roller coaster ride.
That's what you need to start your day.
Why do you think you love roller coasters so much? What is it about them that has captivated you for so long?
So, I mean, I think everybody's going to have a different response to this, but me personally, I think, it's like an adrenaline rush. I think whenever you do something that's kind of, quote unquote, death-defying, when people go skydiving or bungee jumping and stuff like that, you're kind of living on the edge. You get that endorphin rush. I think with roller coasters, there's a sense of security when they're made by these, world-renowned professional companies that I personally don't feel if I'm going to go bungee jumping or something like that. I feel like there's a lot more variables. So to get that sensation of doing something death-defying, but also feeling like safe in doing that, I think that's the appeal for me, at least.
I'm glad we could speak, Jordan. Thank you for this.
Yeah, no problem.
Jordan Randall is a roller coaster enthusiast and YouTuber, and we reached him at Bentley Lake, Ontario.